So I have the beaver like using his superpower.
Beaver.
Moses beaver.
What did
That's
you
what
guys
I-
do at work? Tropics here, Lou.
I love
Before
it.
we kind of get into the local forecast over the next couple of days.
Yep, this on Tuesdays kind of what we spend a whole half hour on, but we don't have enough to talk about to facilitate a full-blown half hour right now, and that's a good thing because the next 7 days it gets us to Veterans Day. Basically, we have no tropical development to worry about.
And they updated this. I didn't even look to see. I guess today is Tuesday.
So they don't even have that area highlighted anymore?
Yeah.
Is that the update? Yeah. So that's
at least for week 3, which whatever the week 3 would probably be beyond the 18th.
The most notable thing on the satellite picture to me is those cold weather clouds like southeast of the northeast there, that right near Bermuda.
Yeah,
you have those close south cumulus. There's a fancy meteorological word for you.
Well.
And it just indicates that kind of cool, dry air is spilling in here. So, yeah, not really much happening out there.
Yeah, Bermuda might be in for a little cold snap. Now that Melissa's come and gone, pulling in some cooler air there. And we've got the shear. We've got, we will watch till November 30th. We are counting down. We've got those 26 days left. Earlier we did a stream. I asked Robert if he was ready to call a time of death on the 2025 hurricane season. Are you ready?
And what did Robert say?
To the southeast, I'm pretty confident it's done. More the deep Caribbean still could probably see something out there. I shouldn't say probably, possibly.
Like Belize, Honduras, the Yucatan maybe.
Like we were talking about some of the strongest hurricanes ever in that area. It was a 2020 Iota, Cat 5 near landfall in Nicaragua. Now, it's just those areas I would worry more so about.
Well, we had one last year. We had a 2024.
That's right.
Well, God, what was it?
I keep on forgetting about that one. Or was it Raphael? I think it was Raphael.
It was some weird name. Maybe. Anyhow,
that was the one that stalled out in the Gulf, right?
But it stopped in the Gulf. Like, it truly was one of those situations, get developed in the Caribbean, pop and get real strong, became a major. I think got as strong as a Category 4. And then hit the Gulf and died. And it just was in the middle. And I would imagine a lot of anxious anticipation from New Orleans to Houston and Brownsville, just seeing it get into the Gulf. But truly the dynamic, it just couldn't sustain itself, so it gets in the Gulf and just died. It was interesting, but that was just a year ago. So we do have the history of November. Nicole comes to mind as some that had some local impacts, but Nicole was very different because it came from east and moved west, and I just don't know. I don't see that being possible right now, just with the way the troughs are digging in, the jet's getting low. So
this all sounds like music to my ears.
Yes,
and I think probably to a lot of folks watching.
For sure. So I'm not ready. I'm not going to call a time of death, but I am going to say we're slow beeps on life support. Beep.
More about those colder nights.
Yeah.
Little wintry weather. Little freeze maybe in the long range.
Dropped in the F word.
Jeez.
Freeze.
Because we've talked frosts. Now, the potential for it. I was asking Jimmy, who lives on the west side, who always gives me his temperature report at the house saying last week, we got that cool morning. He got down to 35.
That's what he said.
At his house, but he said he wasn't up early enough to, like, he saw his report on his.
That's a little nippy out there.
But he wasn't up early enough to, because he likes to sleep in. He works late, to actually walk around the grass and tell me if it was crispy or not. But yeah. So, but in the meantime, we do warm up pretty good.
We do. Especially with the afternoons.
In the afternoons, the weekend, we're going to have near record-breaking heat. In fact, by the time we get Saturday and Sunday, we'll flirt with records those days, and especially Saturday. Which, we're going to have to fine-tune some high temperatures. Mike Prangley, the aforementioned, thinks we're going to – he actually said to me, I'm not ruling out 90 for Saturday. And I'm like, wow. I mean, okay, dog.
Whoa.
Listen, big dogs thinking that would not only break the record, it would crush it. It would crush
What's the record? Is it 85?
Yeah. 85, yeah, for Saturday. And now there are some records. I think, this next week, I think our we've got one as high as 88. I want to say
90.
He's just spitballing. That was not his forecast. But we're talking, So you show us that drought takeaways.
Yeah. I was really just kind of clicking through.
No, it's good. It's good intel.
Well, mainly just because the heat does not help things. Really, just exacerbates the problem even further. The dry conditions, the heat adding to it, those drought conditions just going to expand further eastward. And this is just for the Jacksonville International Airport alone. Now over an 8-inch deficit for the whole year. You think about some of those areas on the west side, Lake City, Waycross, even worse than that.
Do you think this has a relation to the lack of tropical systems we got this season in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, the wet season's the wet season because we can always anticipate something. I'm not saying a tropical storm or a hurricane, but we will get lingering effects of, say, something that moves into the Gulf states and then gets tangled up in the atmosphere and moves across, and we get some of that rain. There's so much tropical moisture, but we're out of the wet season now. We're in the dry season, so I don't have much hope of catching up in our deficit, really by the end of the year. Certainly we could get isolated, stratiform rain days, but it's not looking like it really over the next
And even those days don't drop a lot of rain.
Right.
Like it might be cloudy and rainy all day, but you might only pick up a half inch, which might sound like a lot compared to what we've gotten as of late, but in the grand scheme of things, really doesn't amount to a whole lot.
Because I go back to last week. I go back to a day like, I think it was Wednesday. It was Tuesday or Wednesday, the day that RV City kind of officially opened. And it was just, it didn't really rain. But the cloud deck was so low that, you did still have to use the windshield wiper. So it's one of those days as a forecaster, you're like, well, it's not raining, but everybody out there.
It was just like misty.
It was just misty.
That's the stuff that doesn't really get into like the aquifer. It doesn't really soak into the ground.
Yeah, and it's not going to register on a gauge, but it was kind of just, okay, well, that was a wet, kind of dreary day. But it didn't do much. So we can certainly, and we're getting into the season for those types of things. But, even this weekend as we look ahead to our next best chance of rain, we're talking like totals, a tenth of an inch, if we're if we're lucky, we could get some of that. I saw the next graphic was foreshadowing. I saw a fair.
Yes. Ooh, getting ready to go.
Hopefully I have Ross out there Thursday, out live as the gates open and we're getting the fair.
I stick you on.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we're going to stick you on the Ferris wheel again this year?
Yeah, I remember that. You and me over there last year. I was thinking, Robert and I were here at the Jacksonville Fair last year. I've been to the Clay County Fair a couple times. I haven't really gotten to, try a lot of food on air.
A food tour.
And
a live food
I really
tour.
just want to, because it's tough to talk and also, try food and eat at the same time.
Sure.
But I just want to make a mess of it.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Didn't we last
sugar
year we had
powder all over my face.
The turkey leg guy hooked us up last year.
Yes.
But you probably don't want to do fried dough with all the sugar on it live on air. Just poof everywhere.
No, I think that's exactly what we want.
Okay, all right.
That's what I want. I want to sit back and watch that.
You can walk over there too. I'll bring you one back for the 7 o'clock show.
Give me whatever the messiest food option is.
Yeah, okay.
I want it.
Oh,
just spaghetti.
There's gonna be yeah. A big pot of fair spaghetti.
Yeah. Spaghetti on the ride.
No utensils. You're just bare handing it.
Oh, that's good. But looking good at least Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe some clouds, but it'll be warm. Certainly those lunch trips to the fair come the weekend. All right, one more break for us to take before we wrap this bad boy up. We'll go long range forecasting for you here in just a moment. Stay with us.
Chris, what is my next graphic there?
What's up, Danae?
Let's talk a little bit about the extended forecast here as we got a great shot out over the Dames Point Bridge. We're always trying to look ahead in the forecast,
What's
right?
next? Yeah.
And right now, our next kind of big storm system or weather maker of significance here on the First Coast, thousands and thousands of miles away, really up in the Pacific Northwest. So if we take graphics, you'll see it on infrared satellite. There is a decent amount of moisture, a lot of rainfall, snow for the Cascades coming in across Oregon, Washington. This is essentially the source of energy that's going to make its way across kind of the northern half of the country here over the next couple of days. But the cold front that will be associated with this is going to slide down toward our corner of the world. By the end of the weekend, we'll watch for perhaps some rain chances with it, but really it's going to be the colder air behind it, guys, that's going to bring some huge changes for us locally here on the First Coast.
Getting some of that air from the Canadian Rockies.
Yeah.
I was just looking at that snow across the
Yeah,
Midwest
I knew
there,
it.
too. I'm like, oh. And this
you're-
is why we work here.
You're looking at Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. I know we're thinking some lake effect. See what happens. But So and the rain chances are not great. So we've had we've had a series of fronts, but and dynamics exist. But it's a matter of moisture. And will we get any? I think we are going to see a few areas of showers. I think people will have a little rain come Saturday, Sunday in particular. Maybe it's a quick shower Friday, but not much. But Saturday, Sunday is what we're going to watch. And it's not planned canceling. It's not, a deluge. It'll be quick. And look at this.
What's that popping up there? Up in the old Smokies.
Yep, a little Blue Ridge Parkway. Gonna get some snow.
Get some skiing in.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, beach, Sugar Mountains. I mean, listen, it's about that time for the North Carolina, mountains of North Carolina resorts to start getting open, getting going, start producing a little bit.
And I think we're all skiers in here, right?
I love to ski.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Love to
I'm sure
ski.
they'll be cranking the machines out
And
there.
those are the mountains I learned in. I didn't have a luxury of some powder. It was all ice. You're like,
You're just skidding and sliding.
Belly flop all the way down
It's so hot and sweaty at the end of the run, just because it's still the South.
Work those thighs.
But that cold air is coming. So we saw that in hinting at by Tuesday, Wednesday, some really chilly air. But getting through the rest of our work week, very warm. We're going to be near record breaking come Saturday with those smaller but not zero rain chances Saturday, Sunday. So we'll be prepared for that. And then let's see how low we can go by the time we get to Veterans Day.
How low can you go?
How low can we go? Ross and I talking, forecasting wise. I was saying 39. He was saying 38. I've seen 35.